5 months ago, 25-year-old Rasheem Carter went missing in Mississippi. The last time his mother spoke to him, right after she got off the phone, he texted her. He said, "Mom, the people I work for are upset with me. They're looking for me. They sent white guys in white trucks to get me. If anything happens to me, they did it." The next time Rasheem Carter is heard or seen again, his lifeless body is found in the field. His head in one spot, his spine and torso in another, his body dismembered. Medical examiners haven't landed on the cause of death. I'm not a medical examiner, but I believe this was a homicide. Why? His head was cut off. The family is pushing for a federal investigation. Let's hope they get one. This is Mississippi. The horrific story of Rasheem Carter gives us an opportunity to look at lynching, to better explain it so that our young people who have not been educated and our not so young people will have a true understanding of what took place. Thousands and thousands of lynchings occurred in the United States. Mississippi is the capital of lynching in the United States, followed by Georgia and followed by Texas. Nearly 600 people were lynched in Mississippi. Now, similar to our police shootings, there's no guaranteed central database that would track all the shootings that take place to this day. There's no central database that tracks how many cop killings there are, or people killed by cops. If the local jurisdiction doesn't report it, it doesn't get counted. And just as stories like George Floyd and Tyree Nichols were not reported as cops killed this man. If it weren't for the young woman that was filming the George Floyd case, he just had a spontaneous medical incident. They left out the whole total thing about his oxygen supply being cut off or being kneeled upon for 9 minutes. That was never in the report. Nor was the extended beating that Tyree Nichols took from those police officers in Memphis. So, definitely the numbers of how many black people were lynched are going to be greatly skewed by who reported it, who didn't report it. Only the most public lynchings were recorded. When you look at a case like Rasheem Carter in Mississippi, it harkens back to that time, or maybe it doesn't harken back to a time, because according to many reports, lynchings still take place in America. There's an article by the Washington Post, August 8th, 2021, and the title is, "Lynchings in Mississippi Never Stopped." Since 2000, there's been 8 incidents of black men or black teenagers being lynched in Mississippi. That's according to court records and police reports. So on the record, they say, this was a lynching. One of the most graphic examples of modern-day terrorism and lynching, racial hatred immobilized, was the murder of Craig Anderson that took place June 26, 2011. 10 white teenagers killed 49-year-old James Craig Anderson in Jackson, Mississippi. The teenagers, who according to court records, decided to go F with some ends. They ran over Anderson with their trucks yelling, "White power." 2 carloads of white teenagers drove into a motel parking lot where they spotted Anderson, picked him out randomly, and attacked and killed him. All of this was caught on surveillance film. This is not about how I feel. This is not about how you feel. This is about what took place. This was 2011. This was caught on film. This is not the work of Matthew McConaughey playing a movie role. Okay? This is Mississippi. That's why activists are so enraged. That's why the antennas must go up. And that's why the fact this is not on every news station says a lot about America. I guess it's too woke to care about black people being lynched. As I was doing my research for this segment, I realized there are blacks and whites that are listed as lynched in America. Of course, the number of white people that were lynched is like 1/10 of the amount of black people that were lynched. And none of my findings did I find any white people that were lynched by black people. And none of the lynchings of white people were because they were white. But all the lynchings of black people were because they were black, or they looked at a white woman, or they eyeballed a white man, or White people were just bored. But in all my findings, in all the numbers, I can't find any people of color being lynched. We're talking about since 1882 to 1962. There were no listings of Asians being lynched. No listings of people of color being lynched. Just white folks and black folks. I say we push for that federal investigation. Department of Justice, do your job. A man's head was severed from his body. I doubt it was suicide. I doubt it was an accident. Do you think?